all the men in the world who are single and feel so sad about it. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to finally have a girlfriend? Well, you can always go to Japan.
こんばんは。
It's so romantic.
Japan is always known for its popularity of being polite and friendly, but in recent years, Japanese women took it to the next level. You can not only talk to them as a friend, but also as a girlfriend. But of course, it's all about business and nothing personal. Because after all, you need to pay them money if you want an instant girlfriend. Does it sound interesting to you? Then join me in this video to learn why Japan allows its women to be rented as girlfriends. And how does it actually work? Apparently, renting a girlfriend in Japan is becoming popular, not just among locals, but also among foreigners. When I was doing research for this video, I realized that a lot of content creators had already made vlogs about renting girlfriends in Japan. And the viewership for this content is surprisingly high. It seems there's a lot of single men out there in the world who want to try renting a Japanese girlfriend.
Correct! Yes!
But did you know that it's not only girlfriends you can rent? You can also rent boyfriends, or even any kind of adult Japanese you prefer to be your companion. This type of business is not only happening in Japan, but also in other countries. But it's just quite popular in Japan. And recently it became a trend on social media to try renting a girlfriend in this country. Before we dive deeper into this topic, let's have a quick talk about how and where this kind of business originated. It was started in 1987 when a businesswoman named Satsuki Oiwa founded a rental family business called Japanese Efficiency Corporation, wherein you can rent a person that can act as your family. Those people are well-trained actors, and they can really pretend to be your relatives. And through the years, this business evolved from renting a family member to renting a girlfriend or boyfriend.
How much?
Now, are you ready to know if you can really afford to rent a Japanese girlfriend? Well, the average price for renting a girlfriend is 13,000 to 15,000 yen. That's around $120 to $140 for just 2 hours. But these prices vary between different rental agencies. Maybe some of you are thinking that it's not actually expensive. Well, foods, drinks, and transportation are not yet included, so you must bring more money just to be safe. Remember, she is not your real girlfriend, so don't expect her to share with the bills. There's a popular anime series called Rent a Girlfriend, in which you can learn more about this kind of thing. Anyway, the process of renting a girlfriend in Japan is pretty straightforward. First, the clients should contact a girlfriend rental company through their websites or apps and make reservations. The company will then provide them with a selection of available girlfriends to choose from. Once the client has made their selection, they will pay for a rental period, which can range from a few hours to an entire day. The client and the girlfriend will then meet up at a designated location, and the girlfriend will provide the boyfriend-like experience that the client has paid for. Okay, rule number 1. Don't try to have sexual activity with your rented girlfriend. I mean, never, if you don't want to end up going to jail. Again, they are not sex workers. They are professional rental girlfriends, and you should never cross the line. But what about a hug or kiss? Well, the company usually prohibits these kinds of services. But some rental girlfriends offer this service separately, as this is called an extra fee.
Extra 1,000 yen, by the way.
Alright, sorry.
Yeah.
While renting a girlfriend may seem like a harmless and fun experience, there is a darker side to this practice that is often overlooked. You see, in Japan, the legal status of a girlfriend for rent is not quite clear. Though it's not illegal, it's also not 100% legal. We know Japanese are really disciplined people, and most of them still treasure their culture, so the rental girlfriend business is not yet acceptable for some, as they believe it is not a good practice. That's why most of the rental girlfriend companies often operate in a legal gray area, and there have been cases of these companies being shut down by authorities. However, there's not yet a specific law that prohibits renting a woman to be your girlfriend. That's why the popularity of these services continues to grow. This practice has become a lucrative business that capitalizes on the loneliness and desperation of some individuals. Yes, it seems funny, but most of the people who tend to rent a girlfriend or boyfriend are suffering from loneliness, or worse, depression. You see, in Japan, depression is not so uncommon. In fact, this country has one of the highest suicide rates in the world. According to the latest report from the Statista Research Department, men in Japan are more likely to commit suicide than women. Are you already getting the point of this video? Well, as mentioned, men in Japan are reportedly prone to committing suicide due to depression. And that's the main reason why most of them will rent a girlfriend to at least forget their problems, even for a short period of time.
It's a price I'm willing to pay.
But the problem is, at the end of the day, it was all fake. His girlfriend is just pretending. The relationship is not real. And that's when they will start longing for that kind of attention. They will keep renting a girlfriend more often until it becomes their habit. Now you know why this business is booming. There are many repeat clients. Anyway, many of the customers who rent girlfriends are single men who are unable to find a partner. These men often suffer from mental health issues, such as anxiety and depression, which are the results of not having a romantic companionship. By renting a girlfriend, these men are given a temporary escape from reality, and they can experience the affection and attention they crave. However, this solution does not address the root of the problem and can lead to codependency and unhealthy obsessions with the rental girlfriend. And that's when more problems came in. Remember, the rented girlfriend is tasked with giving a romantic relationship to their client. It means they will make you feel that you're special and that you're loved. And they were so good at doing that. After all, that's their job. But again, it's not real. Everything you experienced from your rented girlfriend was just an act. The more you give her money, the more you will receive love and affection, which is all fake. And because you already love that feeling, you will think about it every single day. You will become delusional, believing that she might really be in love with you. So you will rent her again and again. But the dark side of this business is that it affects not only men, but also women. You see, the women who work as rental girlfriends often work under exploitative conditions. It's certain that they only did this job because they needed money. They are required to play a certain role and adhere to strict rules and guidelines set by their agency. But the real problem for the women doing this kind of job is that they are often subjected to sexual harassment and objectification. Statistically, when comparing rape numbers around the world, Japan is one of the lowest. Though the rape cases in Japan are impressively low, the sexual harassment of women is quite the opposite. According to the Japanese government, 1/3 of Japanese women have been subjected to sexual harassment at the workplace, including inappropriate touching and unwarranted advances. And also, nearly 2/3 of the women did not make any complaints about the harassment. Now, if sexual harassment can happen even in public places like the workplace, there's a higher chance that it will happen in private places when a rented girlfriend is on a date with a stranger. And the fact that 2/3 of the women choose to keep their silence after experiencing sexual harassment makes you wonder if those rented girlfriends also keep their silence when their clients harass them. I mentioned a while ago that some rental girlfriends companies were being shut down by the authorities. The reason is quite obvious. It's prostitution. Like many other countries, Japan also prohibits any kind of prostitution business. But many people believe that few of those rental girlfriend businesses secretly offer prostitution services. It means renting a girlfriend is just a facade to make it look legal, but the real business is still prostitution. One of the famous rental girlfriend companies back in 2012, Mo Date, explains that sexual acts are forbidden while on the date. Keywords, while on a date. But on some occasions, the girl may confess their love to repeat clients, in which case the client may hire them for another date without having to pay the extra fee. Also, when the rented girl confesses, the client will have the right to request a service called room delivery course. That sounds fishy, right? Why do they mean room delivery course? Well, you guess it. Anyway, this offer is only available to staff aged 18 and above. Anyway, the rental girlfriend business in Japan is one of the interesting things that this country can offer. Sure, it might have some hidden agenda that most people don't know about, but one thing is for sure, there's no country in the world that has zero loopholes. Renting a girlfriend or boyfriend business is actually a good way of helping people who suffer from loneliness and depression, but it would be better if in the future, there would be a strong law for this kind of business and strong implementations of what should only be done while doing a date with your rental girlfriend.